Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a review of this pretty much ready to fly, bind and fly quad, and this is the HobbyMate Meteor 5. Now right off the bat, there's definitely a lot of good things I like about this, but there's also a lot of bad things about this, which will bring me to the end of why I'm pretty much not going to recommend this quad. But first, let's just start off and see what it has. So the frame itself is pretty decent. It's sort of a floss style frame. We have a 3mm bottom plate, 5mm chamfered arms, and then we have an aluminum roll cage up top here. It's all nice and dandy, gives decent camera protection, sticks out a little bit. Speaking of the camera, it is actually a Foxeer Aero Micro Pro. Very good, thumbs up for that. It's a cheap CCD camera, but it is still a nice camera that gives a good image, and it's a good thing on ready to fly, not normal trash cameras they give you. The motors are definitely the star of the show here. These are HobbyMate branded. They are 2306, 2750 kV, so this is a 4S quad. These are RC in-power motors, and these are definitely the nicest thing on this quad. These are, like I said, the 2306 motors from RC in-power. They are the single bell design. It's a solid piece of aluminum there. You have a lip. Try to get this. You have a lip on the bottom to hold the magnets in, curved magnets, nice windings, everything. Very, very nice motors. The only thing I don't like is the 18 gauge wire. There's no need for 18 gauge wire, but it's a very minor detail. The ESC is, you just get a generic ESC and a F4 flight controller in there, as well as I believe it's an iFlight Force VTX. Not the best, but you know, not the worst, especially for a $200 ready to fly quad. And they do give you, this is the FreeSky version, there's a little XM Plus, hopefully you can see it, little XM Plus up there, so you just bind it right to your radio. Now we can start to get to the negatives of this quad. So you can see these antennas here, they do hang off the arms, which is actually nice, it's not a bad position, but you can see I've taped them all up. They originally come on zip ties. However, the foam that this fits into in the box is actually quite nice. However, they don't leave any room for any of this extra stuff. So these zip ties just get crushed and they just get broken off in the box. As well as with the MMCX, it just sticks out the side here. It doesn't fit in the box, and this connector actually snapped off in the box, so when I took it out, I had to try and resolder the MMCX back on, and I think I got it connected, but you know, it's really not ideal, and it's stuff that just makes me not like MMCX versus if you just had a UFL in the middle where you could solder it and secure it. And I've actually flown this guy a few times, but I'm not going to include much flight footage in this review. To just sum it up, definitely there's a lot of power. These motors on 2750 kV, very, very powerful motors. I was just using a 1550 4S R-Line, but you're probably going to need a pretty good battery for this if you're pushing the throttle. And the reason for me not including a lot of flight footage is, first off, due to this antenna breaking, I don't think I got it on right. It might not even connect it at all, so my video signal was pretty bad, even turned up to 600 milliwatts. This does have Tramp Smart Audio, whatever you call it, so that is nice. You can change the settings like that. But trying to fly it at a race, I think I was doing a power loop or something, and the video just went black. The whole quad rebooted for some reason up at like 100 feet. I don't even know. So that was the last it flew that day. And I was just trying to get some flight footage for this guy, and it's just warbling and shaking like crazy. I'm trying to tune it, nothing's working. I changed props, changed filters. Nothing's working, and then I finally realized, just noticed, actually this arm up front here is completely shattered. Like, look at this arm. It's completely delaminated, which would definitely do it, you know. That's going to do it. The arm is not there at all. And normally, I mean, that wasn't too bad of a crash that it fell from, but they are pretty skinny 5mm arms. However, I did watch a couple other reviews of people with this quad, and all theirs definitely did have some D-term oscillation. They just had some warbling. The tune on the box is not ideal. They have some really weird values in there. I think their yaw eye gain was like 120 or something. It's just really weird choices. So here is the DVR that I did get, and this is after, I don't think I have any footage. If I do have footage before the arm break, I'll put it in. But this footage that I'm showing you here is after the arm break, so I wasn't quite sure what was going on with the warbling. It didn't really do that before. While it did have some D-term oscillation, it was not nearly as bad as sometimes going out of control. Like at zero throttle, it would go in the air because the vibration was so bad. But this is just flying it around. You get to see the Aero camera. Very poor conditions with the snow and the overcast day, and it still performs pretty decently. Definitely I'd give them a thumbs up on the camera. Video is holding up okay. I was just blasting it at max power to try and get as good a signal as possible. But overall, when it wasn't stuck in the warbling phase, it does fly nice, and it does have a lot of power, and it is very capable. So there's a lot of really good things about this quad, and a couple of bad things. I'm not sure if I should recommend it, because the MMCX likely breaking off in the box is a problem, because normally it had an SMA out the back here. The antenna's just breaking in the box because the mold they made, it doesn't fit, as well as that random time I had when it rebooted midair. You know, I'm really not sure if it's reliable enough for me to recommend to a beginner, but at $200, it is very, very cheap. I would caution a beginner though, because these motors are these are absolutely gorgeous motors and very powerful motors, so you could get into trouble quickly. So you might want to maybe limit your throttle to like 70% if you're just starting out, and use a light pitch prop. See, that's pretty much going to bring it to the review. Very mixed on this guy. I wish I could have flown him more. Definitely had a lot of potential, but unfortunately, you know, didn't last too long, and a lot of weird quirks with this guy. So there'll be a link down in the description below if you're interested, as well as I'll try to find another review of this quad that got more flight time in than me, and I'll link it down below as well if you want to check more of that out. So yep, that's the end of the video. Please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.